Coast Guard, these two orange boats?
That one out there definitely is, and I believe that this one is as well. But honestly, the Iceberg Quest tour boats look so much like Coast Guard boats. It's pretty hard to tell once they're a little ways out. They have the same color scheme and layout normally. But here we are at the most easterly point of North America. This point is really what brought people to Cape Sphere in the first place. It was extremely strategic during, wars, as well as just for spotting merchants arriving into St. John's. In addition, the intersection of the Labrador Strait and the Gulf Current created one of the most biodiverse ecosystems in the water. There's an awful lot of fish, aquatic birds, and as a result, the whales follow the fish as well. So we get so many different kinds of animals out in the water there, and you can see any kind of disturbance out there. Generally, it'll be followed by birds, and then shortly after that, you'll see whales surfacing around that area as well. We get three kinds of whales mostly out here. We get minke whales, which are the smallest. They can get extremely close to the shore. We saw them surfacing just past the rocks there yesterday. There is the rocks are kind of deceptive. It looks like they slope out gradually. They actually drop off about 300 feet as soon as you get in the water, which is what makes, it looks pretty inviting, but people get swept out to sea kind of accidentally because they don't realize how deep it gets. The minke whales can get in very close because they're so small. A little further out, we'll see humpback whales, and that's actually what we see the most of because they're the most playful. So they'll surface and slap their tail and breach just for fun. So they're kind of showing off for us. That's how I like to think of it anyway. Way further out is the fin whale. They're the second largest mammal in the world. They really, because they're so big, they can really only show their back, and that's it. And because they're so far out, they're hard to see. We do get them. They're just really hard to see. If you had any questions, or if you wanted to stop for any photo opportunities, you could definitely do that.
A couple of pictures.
Poles and big barrels, so it wasn't actually a gun, but the plan was for enemy ships to spot that one and focus all their attention on that. And while they were turning to face that one, we could raise these cannons and hit them from here without them kind of seeing it coming. So it was, they thought it out, they had the strategy in place. They never actually used it because there was never any conflict over on the side of Newfoundland during the Second World War. But the 36-ton counterweight that was responsible for lifting the cannons up from their resting position had to counteract the 30-ton cannon. So when the cannon was up in the air, it would have required an awful lot of force to push all that back down, and the force from its shot was actually the only thing that could do that. So the 30-ton cannon firing a 600-pound shell 13 kilometers out to sea was enough to counteract the 36-ton cannon. So I said it was never fired in conflict, it was never fired in combat, but it was fired for training purposes. they did have to, do upkeep and keep it ready to go.